I finally had the chance to travel out of Nigeria on an all-expense paid trip, and I missed it. I didn't come from a background where we spent holidays catching flights. Instead, we spent them visiting grandma in the village. No one in my family had left the country before, so I dared to dream. In 2025, that dream finally came true. I had won myself an all-expense paid trip to Morocco. Now, this is where it gets real. No one had told me that in Nigeria, you had to check in at least 3 hours before takeoff time. Me, baby Johnny just come. With my box in one hand and my passport in the other hand, I walked proudly into the airport. I was about to break a generational cycle. As I walked towards the check-in point, I saw a woman who looked like she was in her mid-40s. I said to her, "I would like to check in, please." And she said, Royal Air Morocco had closed for check-in. What did she mean closed for check-in? It was only 6:12 a.m. and my flight was for 7:15. So what did she mean by I couldn't check in? I had convinced myself that if I used the right words and begged enough, she would let me pass. This woman no gree. 30 minutes into the begging saga and I still wasn't allowed to check in. Moments later, an elderly couple walked in. Apparently, they were flying first class, and within seconds, they were allowed to check in. I called my mom and dad to join me in the begging spree because what do you mean their first daughter wasn't leaving the country? Moments later, I saw gorgeous women dressed in purple and red hot lipsticks. Apparently, they were the cabin crew, and if they were here, it meant my flight was leaving without me in it. And just like that, a golden opportunity slipped right away from my hands. My parents, who were already so heartbroken, asked me to get into the car so we could go home. I said no, that I wasn't going home because the next time they were going to see me was when I would be back from Morocco. I had no idea where that stubborn faith came from, but I was just a girl who dared to dream, and I was not about to give up on my dreams. Moments later, I met a man, and this is where everything changed. He took it upon himself to call every person who could possibly help me. I sat at the corner quietly holding on to my Bible and every ounce of faith I had left. Hours later, he came to me with the words, "Your itinerary has been approved and your new flight is for 7 p.m. Don't be late."